right in the kisser.
Hey, how the devil are you? Right, today we've got the QlearSoul 1 all-in-one record player. And it's spelt with a Q, Qlear. Nice. Right, so normally I wouldn't recommend all-in-one. Some of them cheap all-in-ones are awful, them costly things. And the simple fact is that with all-in-ones, when you've got the speaker built in, it can cause rumble because the stylus will pick up the vibrations from the speaker. But I did review a few months ago or back last year the Angel's Horn. I know, a weird name, I know. I'll put a link up here somewhere. The Angel's Horn all-in-one record player. And that was pretty good because it had suspension in the platter bit there. Now this has got a 3-point suspension or whatever. So what happens is that should mitigate some of the vibration coming from the speaker. But we'll see later on in the video. Anyway, let's bring the camera in a bit closer and have a look around the unit. Right, so on the front we got the volume. You got your 33, 45 and Bluetooth and off. Clink, clink, clink. And then you got your indicator lights here to which one is on. Now this has got a headphone socket, nice to see. I don't know how good that's going to sound, 3.5mm. You've also got an auxiliary in. Now when you plug in the auxiliary, it takes over all this, so that takes priority. So you could plug a CD player in, anything in. You could even plug an Echo Dot in there and you could turn it into a smart speaker. There you go. Start, stop. So, not bad. It's got 4 speakers. 2 mid-bass drives on the outside, 2 tweeters in the centre. Do you know what, right? It's not a bad looking unit. It's pretty well made and looks nice. Got to say, quality control is pretty good on this. Not bad at all. Anyway, let's have a look around the back. Okay, not a lot to see around the back really. You've got your DC in, 12 volt. And you got your line in phono. It's got a built-in phono stage, but if you want to use an external phono stage, you can flick it over to that and then you can use an external phono stage. And then you've got your RCA out. Okay, let's bring over what else came with it. Let's bring it over here. Let's move this out the way. Right. Right, so it comes with a dust cover, an aluminium platter with a felt slip mat. There's your manual here. You got your counterbalance weight there. You've got your 45 adapter. Don't really need this in the UK. Most singles in the UK were pressed without but just a small hole in the middle, not the big hole. So, but in other countries you got it there. Okay. You got your mains lead, dust cover, and you've got this 2-point cartridge alignment protractor just to check it is in line. And you've also got your quick start guide or assembly instructions. Right, let's get this together. Right, it's using an Audio-Technica AT3600L cartridge and stylus. So we're looking at the counterbalance weight to be around about 3 to 3.5 grams. So I've set it to 3 grams. Let's just see if that's come up correct on here. Let's have a little look at that. Hopefully you can see, I'll zoom in once I get the weight. Let's get that stylus directly on there. There you go, and it's coming up 2.93. That's close enough. That's close enough. That's fine. We've also got so let's put the platter mat back on. And you can use this cartridge alignment tool just to check to see if it's in line. So what you've got to do there is a little mark there and there. So you spin it and that should, well, let's just take the arm down. That should line up directly on that X, which it does. And then there, if I spin it forward, that should line up directly on that X there, which is bang on. So that is beautiful. Right, so I've been testing it. I'm testing the Bluetooth. I've been testing the record player. And I also put some powered speakers on it. Where are they? The ones I reviewed yesterday. I put the IEMA S500s, put them on there, the powered speakers. So first let's talk about the powered speakers on it. Now, for whatever reason, they wouldn't go very loud. So I plugged them into the RCA out, used the phono stage in the record player itself, and they wouldn't go above, I mean, they sounded pretty good actually through the IEMAs, but it wouldn't go above 72 dB, not very loud at all. So I don't know why that is. Maybe the gain from the output stage isn't enough. So if you are going to put some powered speakers on this, you're going to need pretty powerful ones to get some volume out of it, I'd imagine, because these are 60 watts a channel. So I don't know. Could be a problem with the speakers, but I'm not sure. Right, when it comes to, did you get a shot of my head then? Losing a bit there, aren't I? Yeah, I know. Don't have to tell me. When it comes to the Bluetooth, is using 5.4, so it's the latest version, but it is only SBC. Okay, it's pity it's not aptX. It'd be nice to see aptX. But the Bluetooth and the record player, they play fine, but it sounds a bit boxy. The mids and the highs are okay, but it could be my taste, but I like a bit of bass. I like a bit of punch, and this doesn't have any, okay? It's hardly any bass at all. It's all mids and highs. And that's usual with these type of things. It's a shame really for me because it's a really well-made machine, or record player or device, okay? Looks really nice. It's well designed. You know, even the feet on the bottom, I mean, we just clamp that down. Even the feet on the bottom, I don't know if you can see these, nice rubber isolation feet on there. Really well thought out. It's just, for me, it's just not enough bass. I'm not expecting, you know, subwoofer bass coming out of it, but some bass at least. I mean, you know, I've been using it for a few hours. I thought the speakers might loosen up a bit, but it's not enough bass for me. Look, if you're looking at it for a Christmas present for someone who's just started out in records, they haven't got enough space for external speakers and a phono stage or an amplifier, it's okay. It's okay as a starting block, and it's reasonably priced. I think they're going on off. I don't think they're live on Amazon UK, but in Amazon US, I think it's $159 at the moment. So reasonable price. But like I said, not a lot of bass. Anyway, I have done a little sound comparison. I couldn't go any higher than 73 dB because that's how loud my powered speakers would go using the output stage of this. But I've done a test between this speaker and the powered speakers. Have a listen to this, just a quick one. And there you go, no bass. Where's the bass? Now, when it comes to the powered speakers, I wondered why they were so quiet. And I said it was about, maybe it was the output gain wasn't enough. So I thought, well, when I did test these speakers, these IEMA S500s, I did test them out at the back of the SMSL Raw DAC 1. So maybe give them a bit of an advantage, you know, giving it a more gain than if I plugged it directly into my PC. So I thought, well, I'll plug it into the headphone socket of the PC and see if it makes a difference. Well, not really. It doesn't sound quite as good as via the Raw DAC. It doesn't. But it's plenty loud. Have a listen. I need to play a snippet, right? Don't you forget about me. Pretty loud, okay? So it's got nothing to do with the speakers. So it is obviously the gain output of the record player. Now, I do understand there's a fine line for these manufacturers when they're making all-in-one with built-in speakers. And the fine line is how much bass do you put out coming out of that speaker. If you put too much coming out, then it will feed back to the stylus. So there is a fine line. Personally, I thought the Angel's Horn record player that I reviewed 6 months ago, a year ago, I thought that produced more bass. But, you know, they have to be careful not to put too much bass coming out of it. Otherwise, you're going to get feedback to that stylus, even if it's suspended. However, I think there is a solution. And that solution is to put a sub out on the back, or the front, whatever, or the side, I don't care, from the top, whatever. Put a sub out on it. Now, I know you want an all-in-one unit, but give people that option. Because if I was to connect a powered sub to that, it would sound pretty good. Because all it was lacking really was the bass. It was quite clear and reasonably detailed. Obviously not the best sounding thing in the world, but it was just lacking too much bass for me. Add a sub out, bam, I could connect a subwoofer to it, an active sub, Bob's your uncle. Why don't they do that? Maybe the expensive. I can't see it being that much more expensive to have a sub out on the back. I mean, they put get rid of maybe the headphone socket or the auxiliary in and put a sub out on it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you do want to check it out, links will be in the description box below. That's come to the end of the video. I will catch you in the next one.